I know it sounds weird to say, but we were standing next to each other in the urinals, and I was very open with him. I said, Sundown, you've massively improved as an on-camera broadcasting talent. You know, Sundown wasn't always someone involved with the broadcast. Then said, you know what? Give me a shot. I think I can do it. He's got the knowledge for it, and the smart people behind the scenes said, let's do it. And now look, Sundown, one of the very talented people on the broadcast, honored to be working with him day in and day, or week in and week out, I should say.
You know, Jack, that compliment far outweighed the awkwardness at the beginning of that story. And yes, Sundown has, what a legend, right? What an
I wanted to make sure you guys felt like you were all there, right?
Yeah, I was living the story as you told it.
Thank you so much. As your mom,
I just can't with some of these names, Jack. I don't. What do I say to that?
Beautiful elimination right there by your mom. As he's gonna go ahead and try to build on out. Unfortunately, your mom getting caught in the zone. Your mom slowly moving towards demise, but there you go. Does find her bearings for a moment, and uh-oh, there's an enemy right next door. Is that Sugar Daddy Will? Don't actually think so. As your mom has to watch out for what's going to happen
your
here.
Your mom hits the shot on Prophet through the window, Jack.
And Prophet does go down. Brilliant stuff there from your mom. As she's going to go ahead and heal on up. Toast there, grabbing the Glidal redeploy. Looking to see exactly what the next move will be. Good perspective there. As we'll focus on towards the other side of the map. As we have Slaya FN and Evade Slays right near that vent, have a free rotation. Lucas and Yagi just above. 19 players in total in this one. They'll begin to float on away.
Community launchpad potentially, we'll see. Anybody else going to go for that? Looks like no in this case.
Surprised they actually used the launchpad when they had the vent nearby.
Not all players are as cognizant of their surroundings, Jack, as potentially you. Your mom peeking through the window, trying to look for any shot they can, look for any rotations. This situation, the stink, going to apply pressure, going to have to rotate out the back and kind of just continue bunkering down. Only 50 builds, or a third of their max inventory right now. Going to go for the replace on any of the structures in there that are not their own.
Fright up top. Gets that launch pad, gets that supply drop, and gets 3 clingers out of it and says, you know what, let's throw them all at this metal box right here. 3 dynamite as well. All right, apparently a pyrotechnic show being shown off right now. Trying to spray through the build, not going to happen for the moment. Still 19 players remaining as we're beginning to move towards these far moving zones. Only 14 total builds, and is Fright actually doing this? Fright is actually doing this. Fright is on the turret here in competitive Fortnite. Yes, we see the turrets drop, but typically just to secure the floor, but there you go, it does drop on down. Now just 8 builds in total. I'm wondering how many teammate Nibs might have.
I feel like in competitive Fortnite, as soon as you hear those turret shots, you're sending up a flag that basically says, please shoot here.
Please headshot me. I want to go to the queue. There you go. 50 builds now.
And Zombie Girl on the outside down there.
And they got the rift.
The baller. Stuck in the baller. Can Zombie Girl make it back in? Ticking. Don't tick out. Oh my God.
No.
Ticking out to the storm and a baller has got to feel real bad.
For everyone that despises ballers, that's like their favorite clip they've seen this whole weekend. As Scalmatt and EpikWhale, unfortunately our favorite ocean mammals, currently in a tough spot right here. As Whale and Seal, let's just say they didn't have a good time at SeaWorld right there, as they're getting stuck in their cage, as Nibs and Fright holding off this back line. The crew moving forward. Basically every type of weapon you could want in the inventory of Nibs. Not sure what he wants to use.
Maybe the only thing I can imagine he's missing is something that'll explode. That green SMG could be swapped out.
Never wants to reload, I think that's the thing.
I might as well. At a certain point, you just start picking weapons up off the ground instead of hitting the reload button. Rotating in from above. 9 players left, 6 of those being duos. Looks like 1 baller down on the bottom in the water. Just jumped out in the bottom left of your screen. Only a handful of players up top, though. There are quite a few down at the bottom. And as I say it, everyone decides to ascend simultaneously. Scalmatt getting a pump on the climb. 35 HP left. 2 full shields, but an opportunity to use them may not present itself for too long here. We'll see.
You got to pop.
Has a chance
They have both right now.
maybe.
Yep.
Oh. Storm swap to the minis. Try and pop one.
He's trying to juggle them
They're
in.
Juggling on the way in. Looks like his teammate EpikWhale may be carrying them. The redeploy. No need to waterfall. It can save some builds here since there's already structure down below. Popping the first full shield doesn't get it off. Still only 55 HP. Scalmatt in a tough spot.
Got to build out further. He's got redeploy, so it's not like you have to worry too much about being knocked down. Just expose the build a little bit further, and then pop that second big. Looks like for right now, he just wants to help a teammate who's building up top, above. They both now, this squad has now reached the top 5 in the duos.
Just a quick note, your mom is still in this game, Jack. Down probably at the very bottom. Shots from above, 5 players, remaining 3 duos.
Oh, and EpikWhale takes a ton of damage right there, and that was your mom inflicting a ton of pain, but unfortunately, your mom does fall. Scalmatt spraying from up above. This player just on white HP. It is a 1 versus 2, but Scalmatt with this high ground. No, actually, EpikWhale was knocked, so it's a 1 versus 1. It's the Seal versus the opponent. The shot comes in. Fright goes down, edits him into his own box, and says, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Quite a few intense plays, some turret gameplay in the middle of that. These games.
There's Fartman.
NA West, listen to me very closely. Real quick. This is Dr. Lupo. What is wrong with you? I love you guys, but come on.
Oh my God.
Come on.
This is incredible. I swear production's just trying to find the names now.
Literally no way
we have Apex War,
What am I looking at?
SG Zombie, and War No Life. And then there's Fartman 3213133785.
I can't.
Jeez. Look at that. That kid's name was Destroyer. Destroyer.
I can't.
Guardian of the Earth.
Jack.
What is going on with some of these names? Epic, what were you thinking lowering the age to 13, dude? It's showing right now. As again, 45 players left. Byers dropping on down. Roar, the duo, does get chunked, but they eliminate Fuzzy Cupid, who goes down. Not too far of a rotation for them, but just a little bit awkward with this height you see just on the edge of this cliff. I think they should be able to sneak on by if they edit out the backside right there. A flint knock as well actually could be useful for some of these little bit more elevated rotations, Dr. Lupo.
We've seen a number of players utilize that for mobility in ways that I think people didn't really necessarily expect. Even in the middle of some of these games, we've seen players climb structures that others have built to go for eliminations. I'm going to be honest with you, it would catch me totally off guard if I was peeking over the top of a structure I built and suddenly a player pops up directly in front of you. Sharky and his duo, Fartman 231-283-113. Hey,
not to be confused with Fartman 231-283-112. They had a falling out a couple of years back. Sharky with their first pair of elims this game. Now on the board with those points, just waiting it on out. They do have all sorts of shields. I was going to say, there's definitely some upgrades down there. I think he's a little bit worried about who could be in this box right next door.
Trying to make his jump over the edge there.
Gosh, the stair is so awkward.
Corner there. This might be the most awkward moment in competitive Fortnite. Trying to jump over the railing on that staircase. Just needs to edit one more square above him, and he could have made it. That loot down there, no longer his. The sting grenade forcing him back down into the same hole he was trying to get through earlier, and does make it through this time. Sharky and his duo down at the very bottom of the structure. 41 players, 25 duos total, and you've got quite a few players built up in very tall towers here on the edge of this volcano. A southern rotation starting in 2 seconds. Players are going to have to start making some moves real quick. Ricardo going for the shots on the players rotating above. Another one exposed. Will he take an opportunity to hit anybody he can? That community launch pad getting used by a ton of players. Private Juan going down. The knock on the branch as Ricky's going to try and make his way out. Gets the launch pad, and here we go. Descending like a swarm of gnats in the air. All these players floating their way on in. You see a mass of ballers at the bottom. Free floating loot from players that have just been eliminated.
There's the vent. Just watch everyone on the right side of your screen just hit this vent over and over as they're going to just float, float, float. There's probably 5 or 6 players in that right now. It's all ballers and people floating as everyone's just moving towards the zone. 30 players in total, 19 duos. Braxton, you can see how paranoid, like, listen to the sounds. There's ballers bouncing everywhere. There's people gliding. There's footsteps coming on in. That's why just spinning around, making sure it's covered from all sides. Gonna have to begin to push on forward. Quick little edit there, and
it's going to come down to the point where the players with the best visual awareness they're going to be the ones that maintain the best placement. Like you said, at certain moments, there are so many things happening that you have to start spinning like a top and looking around you for any kind of any rotation, any movement from the trap on the wall. Goodness. Braxton catches a fly there on the move.
And with the zone at his back, knows he's got to continue to push forward seamlessly. Cone on the top to trap the player in. The walls on each side, the trap doing the instant 150 damage. That was one of the cleanest trap maneuvers I've seen all weekend. That was the cleanest trap maneuver I've seen all weekend.
I see the right side of your screen. We've reminded you in the past, got to make sure you know exactly what's happening in terms of scoring. We have 15 duos left in this game, which means every single team in here has picked up 3 more points. Everybody that makes it to the top 10 duos remaining gets another 2 on top of that, which puts it about 5 placement. 2 more for getting to top 5, which is 7 placement. And whoever gets that victory royale, that duo gets 10 points total for placement. But every single elim is also a point. So whether you're playing for placement or not, eliminations are still extremely important.
ThaiTanks wanted to challenge that player in the box just below, but they did hit a rift at the last second. There's, 5 ballers still on the ground. Destroyer staying alive, the lone player on that ultimate low ground right now without having one of those vehicles.
So the rift, bottom of corner, picks a bunch of players up. The players literally running at the rift, avoiding shooting.
Look at all the ballers up behind. Like, everyone made the decision. Yep, we're done with these now.
At this point, I think every player is either floating in or in a baller jack.
Yep, it's done its job, it seems. the line of them just sitting out there, it's like a parking area. As
they call it a parking lot, Jack.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot the way it's what it was called. Dubs up top with Zombie. Destroyer off that rift, plays the high ground, and now Trev frags, goes down. Destroyer being challenged for the high ground for the moment, just trying to make sure he doesn't get knocked down. The issue is only 13 builds, and it's very, very high up. You got to be careful because you're going to have to waterfall down at some point, it appears. And it looks like that could be coming soon. 9 players left. Down to the low ground we go.
6 elims, 7 elims for ThaiTanks and Thomuss. The very bottom of the map right now, just playing above the lava. Don't want to take any damage. They do catch Bebop on the way down. Put him inside a little box and take him out of the game. 8 eliminations. 4 duos left. Dropping in, trying to get the materials. It looks like Thomuss' duo gets caught in the lava. Quite a bit of single point damage outside in the storm down. You're going to have to build and catch themselves. You don't want to touch that for too long because it does push you around.
That's the bigger threat of all. Not the little 1 tick it does.
1 tick is fine.
Yeah.
Spending any second in the storm is tough.
Dubs on the high ground with Zombie. Juckman on mid ground with his duo. And then you've obviously got Ty all the way down low. The zone slowly closing in. Someone just pop a rift?
That sound like, oh yeah. Somebody's all the way up top above. Ty get a layer on the floor waiting. As soon as he is at a point where storm
damage... Is it everybody? Oh, it pulled everybody. Ty is going to spray up. Ty trying to spray on up right now. I don't think Ty realized until it was too late.
If he finishes that, he'll get the 50. He does. The storm might claim everybody else.
Did ThaiTanks just
win this game? It's going to be a 1v1.
ThaiTanks just wins the game.
Got it. That rift took every other player with them and gave him the opportunity to look up and left-click his way to victory. 11 eliminations plus the 10 for a victory royale. A 21-point game.
A 21-point game right there for ThaiTanks as everyone got yoinked by that rift. Let's head into our final game of the night to close out week 2 of the duos competition here on the Fortnite World Cup online qualifier. And ooh,
typical gamer.
Typical gamer.
5 eliminations somewhere on the map. Hopefully we can get an eye on him before too long. Aim key in this box, getting quite a bit of pressure applied. His duo Parm right next to him. Either with shield until the last second. 15 shield now. The trap goes off. Celeste goes down. Aim key picking up his first elimination of this game. That's 3 for this duo. Aim key and Parm trying to build up against a little bit more pressure from the outside. Potentially players that saw a fight going on inside and said, "Hey, I want to be involved in that too. Can I get one of those eliminations?"
Thank you very much. So go ahead and get that. This is my new favorite duo, actually. I typically don't just root for anyone outright, but I'm rooting outright for this duo right here.
Jack shedding allegiance, seeing Typical Gamer's name on the screen, and immediately jumping on board with Aimkey and Parm as soon as
Guy's
you see
named
them.
Chicken Parm.
Yeah.
It's my favorite food.
Jack, you make it too easy.
I'll
let Chad take care of that one.
Don't worry, it's an emote only. This is just going to be a bunch of LULs and ninja emotes. As everyone's going to spam on in here.
Some lulls in the
Don't
chat.
worry, no one-
Qualifier per region on the right side of your screen. You have to remember, we've
one
watched
uses my
every
emotes.
other region that we could today, and including some highlights from some of the regions that were not broadcast.
Yes.
But this is the last region. We are NA West. There is one spot. Whoever comes out first, they make their way to New York City. Don't fret, though. If you're from NA West, there are still opportunities coming up. Your duo can still make it.
This is just week 2 of 10. So even if you didn't qualify in the first round, I think you get a major learning experience, because at that point you've been through a solo and you've been through a duo. You know what was working, what really kind of made you struggle the last time, and you can go from there. Obviously, there's so many variables in these games, but every little bit can count. There are people who are consistent week in and week out. You know, we've seen already a couple people in the European region qualify for both solos and duos in just the first 2 weeks.
Your best friend Parm still in this game, pushing forward through that very long metal tunnel. I see a Megalo, his duo on the left side over there. Keo from Cloud9, his duo, last in a box together. Xenon and the very friendly Wiz moving along here, says hi, Jack. 3 eliminations. There's 20 duos left, 36 players. One more goes down right there.
Question is now, can Wiz find any eliminations, get that health on up? Nice knock from Xenon onto Icy. And another sprite comes in as well onto Code Mighty. That's a quick elimination. Beautiful job with these assault rifles, finding the players who were distracted from one of the other sides. And I think they're going to go push forward for these materials. I actually like this a lot. Yep, they saw minis. They saw minis, and that was their green light to go. Wiz going to be able to pop these minis right now if they outlast this dynamite, which it looks like they will. The threat should be gone for the moment. And they do have a vent right there to rotate towards this next far zone.
I guarantee you, once this starts to move, a lot of players will be pushing for that. In my opinion, you get into a spot where you think you can catch people moving towards it, you have a chance to go for elims. Even right there, everybody built up towards that thing. If you had a top down on all of that, it was a shooting gallery.
Yep.
Everybody making their way. Josh landed on this box. He's about to contest this, goes for it and gets it. It's not even a contest. He says, this wall is mine now, gets the window and the pump shot through it. Claims that elimination. That's 2 for the duo. 18 duos left. 3 more removed from the game will be placement points for Josh. Moving up to the
Wow,
pump shot.
you can't ask for anything much better than that.
Distance shot with that pump.
44 damage shot is enough. The thing for Josh now, the one pushing on the edge of the zone, the target of many people up top. You see Typical Gamer right there on your screen right now, weak in the fray of it all, trying to sprint on through. Xenon on your screen. Wiz down low, just playing the low ground, spraying up at the opponents just above. Here's Typical Gamer, all by himself. Only 12 builds remaining. 8 total limbs,
He just walked onto a stack of
and
something.
did just get those materials from the ground.
Wop goes down. 3 shots for TG there. He's catching players
Needs this
on
help
rotation.
so bad. Needs this help to pop in so bad.
Oh, he's got to catch that left side. Be very careful. The outside gets a 55 shield, catches it with a ramp.
Oh no.
The ramp might punish him. And
The health comes in.
Oh my God.
Typical Gamer is not dead yet. The HP comes in from the knock earlier on and saves Typical Gamer on the last tick. Another elimination. That one on to Girl. TG still in this game. Materials now earned as well. Typical Gamer and Exov already 10 eliminations combined. TG continuing to rep his team here. Hasn't been able to pop these minis as of yet. Gonna have to fall for these metal builds. Hope is gonna be awkward. A beautiful shot on it. Good itchy. Can he stop and pop these minis quick?
Got one.
He's gonna try in the zone. The zone actually moves back. This is perfect. 1 mini popped. The health should come back in for Typical Gamer.
They've got placement points for top 10 now. Looking to finish Megalo on the outside.
Is he getting rezzed? The player's getting rezzed because the zone moved straight back the same way. I do not believe
TG got the knockdown
Typical Gamer does not get the elimination right there. because of how the zone just moved. Heartbreaking in these final zones, but hey, TG's still in this.
It was beneficial for him in the moment. He was able to pop that mini, but it did cost him the elim. If it had continued, he'd still be at 84 HP, but then he would have gotten the 50 from the siphon. So ultimately, it's still a tough break for him, but he's still in this. It's not done yet. TG moving forward, trying to carry this duo to a victory.
No, and they come back to fight him.
Player he got a knock on earlier makes him pay the price. Look at how high up, though. AZ and Dominator dropping their way down now. But they were so far above everyone else, I don't think there was a chance that anyone was going to be challenging that.
Oh, no shot. They knew that as well. So that's their green light to drop on, and Calvin goes down. France does have Gosh still alive, but look at how weak Gosh is. One mini popped. Not sure if they're going to have the chance to pop the second. They do. They do. So at least get that health up just a little bit. 6 players in total, 4 duos alive.
I believe Keo from Cloud9 is all the way at the bottom, playing the low ground position right now. Going for any edit they can, just kind of branching slowly forward. Building these structures, 44 builds remain. 1 campfire, 2 minis, and an arsenal of weapons in France's inventory. Keo not looking too hot for shield at the bottom, but still better than Gosh, who's basically at 90 total HP there. They can step forward, catches AZN off guard. The shot, France gets the elimination. 144 total now. Gosh still on 0 elims, goes down there, full HP. He is fighting somebody as his duo France is kind of bunkering up above. Gets the shot and Keo gets caught off guard. 3 players, the drop in and Dominator as France is descending from the sky, picks up their 6th elimination.
Clean end game there for France. 6 elims and the victory royale. And I think, Ben, that will do it for our NA West coverage. Here momentarily, we should figure out who has qualified, but Golden